Welcome into BCIT News. I'm Caleb Bassey Templeton, and here are your 2 o'clock news and sports headlines. A car crash near a Vancouver daycare has resulted in heavy traffic and building evacuations, according to the Vancouver Fire Rescue Services on-duty assistant Chief Keith Stewart. The daycare is on the block of Shaughnessy and Dunbar, shutting down the 4800 block of Mackenzie, along with the evacuation of 5 buildings as a precaution, according to the VFRS. The Vancouver Police Department is currently directing traffic and diverting buses out of the area at this time. In April 2023, local journalists were denied the right to report on the decampment that took place with citizens in Vancouver's downtown east side. Human Rights Commissioner Kazari Govinder says denying the media the right to report on local events should not occur in a democratic society.
The constitutionally protected rights to peaceful protest and freedom of the press are essential to a functioning democracy. Police must take clear and careful steps to protect both, especially in the absence of significant and compelling evidence to risk to public safety. These steps were not taken in this case. As noted, the city and the VPD failed to strike the appropriate balance between potential safety and other risks with the right to freedoms of the press and peaceful protest.
The Vancouver Police Department are working with Vancouver's school board to prevent the repetition of an incident at a high school basketball game Monday when an 18-year-old boy was stabbed. VPD Sergeant Steve Addison says with more high school basketball games on the rise, the need for safety surrounding spectators is at an all-time high. Police say the assault took place shortly after 9 p.m. on Monday, and the boy suffered serious injuries to his arm. A driver of a sedan was reportedly collided with 2 pedestrians at a marked crosswalk Sunday night in Vancouver. As reporter Braden Coombs reports, this is the 3rd incident involving road safety in the past couple of weeks.
The alleged hit and run comes after 2 separate incidents of North Vancouver RCMP traffic officers ticketing and impounding vehicles going 45 kilometers per hour over the speed limit. These 2 speed infractions happen in a residential zone and a school zone. There are some schools nearby with many crosswalks and intersections, which have many pedestrians and students in the area. Some local residents have taken to social media to raise concerns about incidents of speeding and overall public safety. Pedestrian safety has recently become top of mind, with the City of North Vancouver building new marked pedestrian crosswalks at certain intersections. The hit-and-run accident is still under investigation, as the North Vancouver RCMP is asking anyone with information or footage of the incident to contact them. Braden Coombs, BCIT News.
The New Westminster community is rallying today to advocate the continuation of funding for their school transportation system. Elijah Ford has the latest on the city's bus route future.
A group of New Westminster residents are gathering at New Westminster Secondary School today to protest the provincial government revoking funding for the Queensborough school bus program. The program is a dedicated bus service to and from New Westminster Secondary for students whose home addresses are in the Queensborough area. The program currently serves over 200 students daily. Funding for the program began in January 2024, but is set to be cut off in June. Steve Cooner, the MLA for Richmond-Queensborough, believes this represents a broken promise by the provincial government, who claimed they would make the bus line permanent and free during their election campaign in 2024. Lisa Bair, BC's Minister of Education and Childcare, says the ministry is working with our partners in the K-12 sector in the district to find that permanent solution for the Queensborough busing. The rally is set to take place today at noon. Elijah Ford, BCIT News.
Today's show host and American journalist Samantha Guthrie's mom is still missing, according to police. Guthrie's mom is Nancy Guthrie, who is 84 years old and has been missing since Monday when she didn't attend church. Girls and Women in Sports Day is celebrated annually during the first week of February to recognize the achievements of female athletes. Reporter Graciela Cruz Flores has the exclusive.
Women today are acknowledged for the impact of sport participation, honoring progress and advocating for gender equality in sports. With the Milano Cortina Winter Olympics starting this week, Canada is going with a majority of women athletes representing the country. High-performance consultant with the Curling National Canadian Team program, Elaine Dag-Jackson, says that when the Olympics come around, it inspires young girls and young women to do the things they never thought possible, and that they are privileged to be able to just watch them now. Opening ceremony takes place February 6th in Milan at 11 a.m. Pacific Time. Graciela Cruz Flores, BCIT News.
Canadian singer Tate McRae has received major backlash by supporting Team USA in the NBC Olympics. Many Canadians took to social media to voice their disappointment in the Calgary-born singer. The Vancouver Canucks end their U.S. Western road trip as they take on the Pacific Division-leading Vegas Golden Knights. Vancouver is struggling as of late, finding themselves losing 8 of their last 10 games and sitting bottom of the NHL at 18-31-6. This is the last game the Canucks play before the 2026 Winter Olympic break. A rare international soccer matchup is coming to Langley tonight as a local club prepares to host one of the biggest teams in the region. Reporter Quinlan Curry has more on the story.
Tonight in Langley, a local soccer team is hosting one of the most recognizable clubs in North America. Vancouver FC takes on Cruz Azul, a Mexican powerhouse in a continental tournament that usually belongs to much bigger cities and stadiums. This isn't a friendly. Vancouver FC earned its place in this competition by winning games that mattered, qualifying for an opportunity most young Canadian clubs never reach. For non-soccer fans, the idea is simple. A team from a smaller league is sharing the field with an international giant right here at home. Win or lose, the match highlights how rarely local teams get this kind of global exposure and why tonight stands out on the local sports calendar. Quinlan Curry, BCIT News.
There have been a lot of trades in the NBA so far as the Philadelphia 76ers have traded Jared McCann to the Oklahoma City Thunder for a first-round draft pick and 3 second-round draft picks. McCann was drafted 16th overall out of Duke in 2024 by Philadelphia and averaged 7 points and 2 rebounds per game during his time with the 76ers. The trade comes when Oklahoma City's Canadian point guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander suffered an ab injury during last night's win against Orlando. Another NBA trade has happened when the Cleveland Cavaliers traded Lonzo Ball to the Utah Jazz for 2 second-round draft picks. Utah will make it Ball's fifth team in the NBA since being drafted second overall by the Los Angeles Lakers in 2017. And a third NBA trade has been Anthony Davis being traded to the Washington Wizards from the Dallas Mavericks. Davis was traded last year from the Lakers to the Mavericks, and now this is his 4th team in the NBA. NFL insider Jay Glazer is reporting that Las Vegas Raiders defensive end Max Crosby is most likely going to be traded this offseason. Rumors around Crosby being traded have circulated since 2023. Crosby has spent 6 seasons with the Raiders, making 2 second-team All-Pro teams and 5 Pro Bowl teams. Those have been your 2 o'clock news and sports headlines. I'm Caleb Bassey Templeton. Please join me again tomorrow at 10:30 with more news and sports around the world.
Stay tuned for more on BCIT's 1680 The Crow.
Everything is changing to digital. Everything is online. People aren't just waiting for the 6 o'clock news anymore. People want their news right now. They want to be able to go onto their smartphone, onto the internet, and see the news that they want to see.
Vancouver is growing at, a really rapid rate, the Lower Mainland even, and with the tools that we're given here, we're able to cover all of that.
Welcome to BCIT Magazine. I'm Radhika Sikakane.
In the program, they really leave it up to you. I mean, the help is there when you need it, figuring out how to use the programs like Premiere, Audition, and figuring out how to use the cameras. But it's up to you to sort of experiment and figure out what you can do when you go out in the field.
They brought candles and flowers to remember the student who lost her life yesterday.
Theresa May says the international community condemns Moscow.
They really make sure that you know the basics and you are able to put out a quality product.
I'm Brady Tretnero.
And I'm Radhika Sikakane. Thank you for tuning in to BCIT Magazine.
I would recommend this program for anyone that isn't sure what kind of job they want in media, because you learn everything from like public relations to communications to video editing, like radio, TV. So you do get a lot of experience in all the different fields in media.